Yes.
Hi.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Jake. In Africa, we have the perception that the U.S. looked down on Africa. So with this summit, what makes you feel so comfortable or confident that it will be different? So comparing to the previous summit, which didn't bring much result for African countries, what are you seeing in this new summit that you can transmit to the African people that are watching? Every African now are looking on this summit and expecting that the U.S. really at this time look in Africa in a different way. What makes you confident that this time will be different?
I would say three things make me confident that we will have a positive result from the summit. The first is we are bringing the resources to the table in significant numbers. And if you compare what the United States is committing over the next 3 years to what any other country is committing, I think we stack up extremely favorably. Second, how did we design the agenda for this summit? It's not a dictation from Washington. It's not lecturing or preaching from Washington. We went to African nations themselves and the African Union and said, what are your priorities? What is your vision? And in fact, as I mentioned earlier, the entire first substantive session that the president will chair at the summit is on Agenda 2063. That is not an American document. It is not an American vision. It is the African Union's document and the African Union's vision. So we are lifting up African voices and African priorities in what we are doing at this summit. And the entire summit is designed around that basic ethos. And if you look at the dinner the president's going to host, it is going to be him with the leaders of Africa and their spouses, that small group in a room together for hours, being able to engage on the issues of the day. And then the third reason is what we talked about earlier here, which is that we have put an emphasis on implementation coming out of this summit like nobody has seen from previous summits, meaning we will actually put someone forward who is well known to Africans, respected, somebody who has a history of delivering on the major issues that are of interest to African people everywhere. That's Johnny Carson. And so we have not just a plan for the next 3 days, but for the years that follow. At the end of the day, though, I agree with you. It's not about what we say, it's about what we do. And part of the reason that I have so much confidence about this summit and what will follow is because I do have confidence that this president, this vice president, this secretary of state, we are intending to follow through. We're mobilizing the resources, the people, and the process to be able to make that happen. And I think you will see in the months that follow the results of all of this actually reflected in reality.
And on Angolan investment, recently President Biden announced $2 billion investment for Angola. Will there be any more investment coming from Angola, or what the president really expects from this investment that he announced many times for Angola?
So he really expects that you will see a major deployment of solar power in Angola. That was a significant project that was facilitated by funding and mechanisms from the United States government. So he's looking forward to seeing that actually come to fruition. At the summit, he will have a series of other announcements that benefit a wide range of countries in Africa, some of which also will come to the benefit of Angola. I will leave those to the specific sessions in which each of these announcements will be laid out, but you will see projects in health, in climate, in trade, in investment, in infrastructure, and in many other areas, including security cooperation, that range from every significant region of Africa benefiting from different parts of what the president and his team will lay out over the next few days.
In Equatorial Guinea, Jake, will finally the U.S. say something about the more than $19 million that the Equatorial Guinea paid to the U.S. government for vaccines, but those vaccines were never sent to Equatorial Guinea? Will this time the U.S. government say something about this money that is already in the U.S. government, but they never sent the vaccines to Equatorial Guinea, and the people still waiting for those vaccines?
We will have the opportunity to speak with the delegation from Equatorial Guinea about any misunderstandings or misconceptions that may lie at the heart of your question.